there it is. So I'm in a little dugout area off the 24, which is the two-lane highway that goes through this area. This way is west, facing back towards the mountain is east. And I'm pretty sure in the movie, even though technically Richard Dreyfuss and Melinda Dillon came from the Muncie, Indiana area and went west towards the mountain, I'm pretty sure the shots heading towards the mountain in the movie are from west to east, just because this is the more attractive side of the mountain. The other side is beautiful, but when you see it from that other angle, there's hills in the way and it has a different curve. It's just more the iconic, it's more iconic looking facing this way. And also, literally, I think right behind me, right over there, is the hill that Richard Dreyfuss and Melinda Dillon walked up over when they got their first incredible view of the mountain. I think that's it right there. Like just with the trees and the hill and looking up at the mountain, and that's it right over there, because it's just the perfect view. And with the right lens and the right framing and the right crane or whatever equipment they use, you can get that effect of you know, rising up and seeing the mountain. So I'm here at the approach area to Devil's Tower. This is sort of a cluster of buildings before you go through the gates and enter Devil's Tower National Park. There it is looming behind me up on elevated ground. And looking around this area, you've got the Devil's Tower trading post right over there, where you can buy a lot of, you know, memorabilia and some cool stuff. You got a cafe over here, and it's definitely, clearly, this cluster of buildings here. This is the exact location in Close Encounters where, you know, the military and the government set up shop. They sort of set up their base kind of around the, you know, perimeter of the mountain. You know, and this is where, you know, Richard Dreyfuss, at least, you know, they use this as the exteriors. I don't know if the inside was a set, but in one of these buildings, you know, Richard Dreyfuss was, you know, questioned by Francois Truffaut and Bob Balaban, and you know, this is basically when you watch the movie, and it looks like the government kind of has a whole makeshift setup. It's these buildings here. I don't know if it's the exact buildings. You know, they may have built some for the movie, or they may have rebuilt, you know, for some tourist thing. But it's this, the entrance to the national park with the road and the buildings is where they set up shop. Looking up at the tower, I love thinking of the Native American legends, stories behind it. This is shared by the Cheyenne, Crow, Kiowa, and Lakota Indians. They tell of the mountain raising up to protect a bunch of brothers from a bear, a giant bear. So the ground rose up and saved them, and all the marks on the side of the tower, they believe, are made by claw marks of the giant bear trying to get them. How did the tower form? Well, I'll tell you. The process began about 50 million years ago. Magma, molten rock, was injected into layers of sedimentary rock, forming the tower 1.5 miles below the Earth's surface. It has since taken millions of years to erode away the surrounding sedimentary rock to expose the tower we see today. Geologists agree the tower is an igneous, hardened magma intrusion, but have 3 different interpretations of the tower's original size and shape. Because of erosion, we may never know which interpretation is correct. Oh. So there's 2 trails around the mountain. The narrower one that goes around the base of Devil's Tower is called the Tower Trail. The one that I'm on now, the wider trail here, is called the Red Beds Trail, which is longer, makes a wider circle around the mountain.
In the film, it appears that Richard Dreyfuss and friends climb around a ridge on the mountain into a valley below where the giant government runway has been built. In reality, on the opposite side of the mountain, there are simply hills and grazing lands. The giant set at the end of the film was actually shot in the interior of an air hangar in Mobile, Alabama.
Get everybody off the northern face and call the dark side of the moon and tell them we're gonna die.
When visiting Devil's Tower, definitely stay at the nearby town of Hewlett, Wyoming. I recommend 2 days to explore Devil's Tower area. There's a really nice Best Western there, and it's a tiny old western town with a main street that's fun to walk down, complete with a saloon-style bar and a small country store. On my last night in town, right on cue, Close Encounters weather appeared in the sky and a thunderstorm erupted.